Hey friends, it's me, Erin, your friendly energy alchemist, with today's Schumann resonance report for Friday, October the 18th. We are still getting these little pushes of release energy all stretched out throughout the regular stitching pattern. The stitching pattern is still there. It's here, it's kind of in and out, but this release energy has been all stitched in here. Here's the Italian graph. As you can see, some of this release energy has been really intense and some of it hasn't been quite as intense. This is where we are right now. As you can see, the release energy has been really intense. Release energy tends to make people feel some kind of spicy way. Sometimes you're more reactive. You tend to have big bubbles of emotion coming to the surface, but this is all really important. This release is trying to get you to let go of what you're holding on to, so all that new energy we were getting last week can integrate into your system and help you move forward towards what you want. Updating and upgrading your carbon-based body into more of a crystalline structure, helping you to hold greater light. Trust me, I understand when you're working on this spiritual journey, it can be really lonely because there's a lot of people around you that maybe aren't on the same journey. And that feeds right into what I heard in meditation this morning. Again, in meditation this morning, I got that October is a transformative month with the veil being very thin. But this morning, I got a little extra with that said, listen, before you ask for advice from somebody, maybe take a look at their life. Are you asking advice from someone who's miserable, who's always focused on the negative, who never has a good time, who all they do is gossip? Is that who you're asking advice from? Or are you asking advice from someone who's turned their life around, made changes, and that you can see evidence of? Maybe you need to be more careful who you're talking to about this sort of thing, because the more you talk to someone who's not part of this, the more holes they're going to try to poke in your bowl, man. And you don't want to pick up your soup to drink it when there's holes in the bowl. Physical symptoms for this type of energy tends to be all over the board, but it most often tends to make people feel reactive. Instead of giving yourself the time to respond, at this point, we tend to be reactive. We're jumping out at people who say something, and it's all because there's a lot of very raw emotion at the surface with this release energy, ready to leave and move on to something better. You don't have to hold on to it anymore, friends. And just as a reminder, I only have one account. This account, there's no letters missing, there's no numbers, there's no spaces, there's no extra characters. Please be mindful. The scammers are out in full force. They're making response videos to comments I've made. They're commenting on my videos. Please be careful. I will never reach out to you in any way and ask if you want a reading. Ever, ever, ever. Now that that's over, let's get back to the cards for today. All right, here's our cards for today. The first card we get is Cycle of Change. Listen, you guys, Wheel of Fortune is turned around. It's moving in our direction, but it's up to you to grab it. Just because it's available doesn't mean it's going to be forced on you. Change is coming. What are you doing to change yourself and change your life? Actionable steps are what you're being asked to do. Start moving towards those things that make you feel more like yourself. As you do that, you start to reach into this new paradigm, and this card is all about learning to see yourself through the prism of Source instead of the lens of man. That means you are a multicolored, multidimensional, amazing being, and you're being asked to see yourself the same way Source does, because when you do, that opens up the road for spiritual growth. But it's not until you allow yourself to see the possibilities that they actually become present. As you are moving on this journey, be careful who you are sharing this information with, because not everybody's on this journey. Many of us are purposely planted in a place with not a lot of awakened people, because as our light grows, it starts to wake other people up. But it's not our job to force that. It's just our job to be the light in the dark. As you allow this to be what you do, your inner strength starts to show. You start to believe more and more in yourself, and you start to believe in your journey. But again, if you start to share this with people who are not on your journey and let them get in your head, all you're going to be doing is talking yourself out of your own dreams. And is that something you really want to do? I don't think so. It's not something I want to do. Come on now. Oh my goodness, it is a chilly one this morning, but look at this. That's the moon, friends. Look at that beautiful full moon right there. It is so gorgeous. I feel lucky to have been able to see it this morning as it's setting. So we're going to start our day with the moon today and this big, beautiful full moon. We're going to take some deep breaths and get our day started. Are you ready? Good, let's do it. Take a deep breath down all the way to the bottom of your toes. Ready? In and release. Drop those shoulders and just remind yourself that, friend, it's a great day. You got the moon looking over you. You got the sun looking over you, coming through. How could you have a bad day when you have such wonderful things available to you, friends? Make today your day. Make it about you. Do things that help you feel good where you are. Do things that help you feel most like yourself, and you can't go wrong. It's nobody else's business if they believe it or not. It's just not. So as you move into your day and walk into your weekend, I really would encourage you to have a great day today, no matter what anybody else says, because today's your day, friends. It's your day.